So welcome to day 32 and a new month of New Year's planting. I might seem a little bit more nervous today than usual because while I was scything to clear this area for planting, I found this. So this is about half of the skin of a spitting cobra, I suspect. I'm thinking female. And it was still sticky when I found it, so she's probably around. But she'll probably stay out of the way because I made quite a lot of noise in the scything, so she's probably gone down, staying out of our way. But we'll just try not to disturb her, okay? Let's get on with it. So today is another round of the volunteer Gmelina, which I believe I started on day 2. So this is only the second round. So there's another 5 Gmelina arborea going in, which are an Indian timber tree. They're quite good for making charcoal. Their flowers are attractive to parrots and their seeds are attractive to one of the native cave crickets. Mostly I'm planting them because I want a sound break here, and they are a relatively hardy, fast-growing tree, and I have a lot of volunteers that can be planted out of these. In between them, I'm planting another volunteer, which is actually a native one, which is not so useful from a timber perspective as far as I know, but it's a very ornamental native tree. Its leaves are quite large and very, very red when they first come out, which is really very striking. It is Bridelia macrantha. So it does produce a berry, which I believe is edible, but I would double check that before actually taking my word for it. In with the Gmelinas, I'm putting the Aloe cameronii, which is native to Eastern Province, so hopefully that sort of balances out the non-nativeness there. Whereas with the native Bridelius, I'm putting the non-native, it's from further northeast in Africa, Aloe nieriensis. So between the two of those, that should create quite a sort of rich flowering period in here. This is around the time that the Aloe nieriensis are coming into flower naturally anyway. The Aloe cameronii will come into flower now that they've been moved, but usually they would flower much later in the year than they do this year, because once they've settled it'll be back onto their normal cycle. Unless I start just cutting them and moving them all the time, which I might. In between those, as their sort of general fire break and sort of barrier, I'm just literally just dropping on top of the grass 2 very, very good at rooting plants, which are the Cathedral Bells Calico and the spineless variety of Opuntia maxima, as far as I can tell. It doesn't seem to bear fruit, which is quite nice because the Opuntias can tend a little towards the invasive. This one, as far as I've seen, it can flower, but I have never seen fruit on it at all in however long I've been alive. But they should root quite readily wherever either of them ends up in contact with the ground as the grass sort of settles down below them. And the Calico is used medicinally, but I personally wouldn't ingest any part of it. But it should create a nice chemical barrier, again, to limit insect damage while these trees are small and vulnerable. But yeah, that should be it for today, I think. I may have missed something. It's very hot and my thinking process is scrambled. So tune in tomorrow and we'll see what I come up with then.